Imagine you're trapped in a cage of your own making, a prison where the bars are forged from racing thoughts and the walls pulse with a tightness you can't shake. Your chest feels like it's caught in a vice, your mind's a runaway horse, bolting through shadows of what if, and not enough, and every step forward feels like wading through quicksand. Anxiety and stress aren't just knocking at your door, they've kicked it down and set up camp. You're not alone in this cell, I've paced its confines too. Felt that gnawing dread that turns seconds into hours and quiet moments into battlegrounds. But here's the key to the lock: you don't have to stay caged. You can tame these beasts. Not with wishful thinking or fleeting distractions, but with a mind honed sharp and steady by Stoicism. The Stoics didn't just endure anxiety and stress, they dismantled them. Marcus Aurelius, scribbling under the flicker of a soldier's lamp, war drums echoing in the distance, wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." For over 20 years, I've walked the Stoic road, Seneca's piercing clarity, Epictetus's granite will, Marcus's quiet fire, and I've learned they weren't philosophers in ivory towers. They were warriors of the psyche, forging tools to conquer the chaos within. Today, I'm not handing you a pill to numb the edge or a platitude to pat you on the back. I'm giving you a Stoic arsenal to control anxiety and stress, to turn their roar into a whisper you can master. If you've ever felt your heart race over nothing, or let worry steal your sleep, this is your battle plan. Stick with me. By the end, you'll see anxiety and stress not as overlords, but as shadows you can shrink with reason and grit. Hit that like button if you're ready to break the bars and take back your peace. Why does this matter? Because anxiety and stress aren't rare storms, they're daily skirmishes. They're the unpaid bill that looms like a guillotine, the deadline that feels like a noose, the silent fear that you're one misstep from collapse. Most people drown in that tide, flailing against waves they can't outswim. The Stoics didn't. Seneca said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality," and he wasn't tossing out feel-good fluff, he was pointing to the exit. Controlling these twin fiends isn't about escaping them, it's about facing them with a mind that doesn't bend. I've seen stress shatter tougher souls than mine. And I've wrestled my own anxiety into submission when it should have crushed me. This isn't about pretending the world's all sunshine. It's about knowing the dark's real and choosing to light your own way through it. Over this long march, I'll walk you through a Stoic framework to leash anxiety and stress, not just to survive them, but to rule them. We'll roam through stories, some etched in ancient stone, some carved from my own scars, tangle with ideas that might spark a brawl, and land on truths that stick like iron. Share this with someone who's pacing their own cage right now, they'll thank you when they're free. Let's start with the first weapon: divide the real from the imagined. The Stoics thrived on this split. Epictetus cut it clear: men are disturbed not by things, but by the views which they take of them. Picture this: you're lying awake, 3 a.m. Mind churning, your job's on the line, your rent's late, everyone's judging you. Anxiety paints it all black, stress piles on the weight. The Stoic steps in: what's real right now? The bed under you, the breath in your lungs, not the boss's glare tomorrow, not the eviction notice that hasn't come. I learned this in 2016, when my dad's heart scare hit. I was stuck on a delayed flight, miles away. And anxiety screamed, "He's dying, I'm failing, it's over." Then Epictetus broke through, "What's here?" The plane seat, my phone to call, my next step, not the hospital room I couldn't see. I focused. Calmed, landed steady. Anxiety thrives on ghosts, logic banishes them. Easy? No. Essential? Yes. This might kick up dust, some say splitting like that ignores the stakes. You can't just shrug off real threats, they'd argue, and I've felt that pull, those fears weren't nothing. But the Stoics weren't blind, they were surgeons. Worrying about my dad didn't pump his heart, planning did. Logic doesn't deny the fight, it picks the weapons. What's your stance? Denial or discipline? Drop it below, I'm ready for the heat. Next. Weapon 2, shrink the monster. Seneca dropped gold, there is nothing so bitter that a calm mind cannot find comfort in it. Anxiety and stress balloon, logic pricks them. Take my friend Tom, 2022. Sweating a promotion he might not get. He'd rant, "I'll lose everything, respect, money, my shot." I'd echo Seneca, "What's the worst? No job?" He'd find another. No cash? He'd scrape by. The monster shrank, he nailed the pitch, got it. Scale yours down, what's it really worth? Here's a spark, some swear stress fuels them, that shrinking it kills drive. Anxiety keeps me sharp. They'd say. I've felt that jolt, deadlines don't wait. But the Stoics saw runaway worry as a leash, not a whip. Tom didn't need panic, he needed focus. I've lost too much sleep to buy the hustle hype. Stress, spur or snare? Share this if it's landing, let's fan the flame. Weapon 3, breathe with intent. Marcus wrote, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. Stress chokes, breath fights back. In 2018, pitching my book, nerves had me, shaky hands, dry throat. Marcus, breathe, slow, deep. It steadied me, deal done. Breath's a blade, wield it. Try it, feel that shift. Weapon 4, grip the now. Epictetus, do what you can, with what you have, where you are. Anxiety leaps ahead, logic roots you. That flight delay? I booked, waited, called, not fretted. Focus cuts the noise. What's your now? Grab it. Weapon 5, brace, don't break. Marcus. Today I shall be meeting with interference, ingratitude, insolence. Stress blindsides, calm expects. I'd prep for delays, snubs, when they hit, I stood firm. Brace yours, what's coming? Here's the story, 2019, my book crashed. Reviews tore me apart, sales flatlined, anxiety howled, you're finished. I'd tamed stress before, but this was a beast. Seneca. What need is there to run towards ruin? I breathed, shrank it, wrote again, 6 months, new book, sold. Stoicism held. Your crash, how'd you fare? Weapon 6, let go of the rope. Epictetus. Will them to happen as they do. Anxiety clings, logic releases. I dropped the flop's weight, wrote for me. It worked. What's your rope? Cut it. Weapon 7, mine the gold. Seneca. Difficulties strengthen the mind. Stress forges, calm extracts. That crash taught resilience. What's yours teaching? Dig deep. Weapon 8, mute the clamor. Marcus. Very little is needed to make a happy life. Anxiety amplifies, logic silences. I quit X's noise, found peace. You? Weapon 9, stand unbowed. Epictetus, you become what you give your attention to. Stress bends, calm straightens. I faced 2019 tall. You can too. Weapon 10, own the endgame. Seneca, every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Anxiety's temporary, calm's eternal. I owned the flop, Rose. You will too. That crash wasn't my jail, it was my key. Stoicism doesn't soothe, it slays. Like this, share it, let's free the caged.